rumor is that Turning Point Action was missing $10 million, and Turning Point Action actually built a backdoor. It has connections to Erika's mother. That is just a fact.
8 days before Charlie Kirk was murdered, he asked for a Doge-like assessment on TPUSA's financials and operations. He was then killed. Erika Kirk was then announced as the CEO within a week. This never happened.
Candace Owens is now accusing Erika Kirk's own mother of allegedly stealing $10 million from TPUSA. And somehow this whole situation just keeps getting darker and darker. Because at first, people thought the drama inside Turning Point was just about leadership fights after Charlie Kirk's passing. But now, we've got allegations of missing money, cover-ups, fake AI audio, donor panic, and even claims that Charlie himself was starting to suspect people around him before he died. And honestly, the conservative movement online is basically in full civil war mode right now, because Candace is no longer just throwing little jabs at Erika Kirk anymore. She is going all the way in. She's publicly claiming that millions of dollars connected to Turning Point Action allegedly disappeared. And according to her, the money didn't just magically vanish. She thinks it ended up in the hands of people extremely close to Erika. Candace is literally accusing Erika Kirk's mother of walking away with the money, while Erika allegedly helped cover the whole thing up behind the scenes. Now, obviously, these are allegations, and there's no confirmed public evidence proving the claims yet. But the reason people are freaking out is because Candace keeps tying this whole story back to something Charlie Kirk himself was allegedly trying to do before his death: a Doge-style financial audit inside TPUSA. And honestly, once you start connecting all the rumors together, people online are saying the timeline suddenly starts looking very suspicious. More specifically, Candace claims Erika's mother allegedly had access to finances and donor money connected to Turning Point Action that she should never have had in the first place. And Candace is basically saying that while supporters thought they were donating money to save the country, millions were allegedly getting redirected elsewhere quietly behind the scenes.
I think that they probably built a lot of mechanisms, and again, I'm speculating here, but with a lot of pieces of people who were at Turning Point USA, who are no longer at Turning Point USA, saying that that was where the money was missing from. And if it was Turning Point Action, then there would be a direct tie to Lori Franzfeh. It would have created a serious kerfluffle in his relationship with his wife if he found out something about Lori Franzfeh.
And if true, that would completely destroy trust in the organization, because people donating to political movements expect that money to actually go toward events, outreach, campaigning, and activism, not allegedly ending up in personal accounts connected to family members. Now, one thing Candace keeps bringing up is Erika's CBS interview, where Erika basically asked people to stop spreading theories and speculation after Charlie's death.
And she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
But Candace thinks there's another reason Erika has been defensive publicly. According to Candace, Erika isn't just protecting Charlie's legacy, she's allegedly protecting the people around her too. Now, of course, not everybody believes Candace. In fact, a lot of people think she's gone way too far this time. One comment that went viral said, "She's working overtime on trying to bring down and take a dump on Charlie Kirk's legacy, on her 28 part of getting absolutely nowhere." Accused 20 different people, countries, religions, and not a single evidence of anything. A judge would laugh in her face. And truth be told, that's probably the biggest issue Candace is facing right now. But then Candace supporters immediately point back to the whole Doge audit situation, because apparently in Charlie's final weeks, he became really interested in the idea of doing a Department of Government efficiency style audit internally at TPUSA. And this is where the theories start spiraling hard. Because people are asking, why would Charlie suddenly want to aggressively audit his own organization if everything was perfectly fine? Think about it. You don't randomly decide to tear through financial records unless something already feels off.
8 days before Charlie Kirk was murdered, he asked for a Doge-like assessment on TPUSA's financials and operations. He was then killed. Erika Kirk was then announced as the CEO within a week. This never happened. I appointed myself head of Doge to figure out what would they have found if they actually did this audit. And it's a lot, and it's dark.
And according to online speculation, Charlie allegedly started questioning where donor money was actually going compared to the real impact the organization was making publicly. Basically, some people believe he noticed the numbers weren't matching up. Huge donations were coming in, but allegedly, the results, events, and overall growth weren't fully reflecting that level of money anymore. And that's why people think Charlie may have quietly started suspecting something was wrong internally. Now, this is where another name enters the conversation again, Tyler Bowyer, because somehow Tyler's name keeps appearing in almost every major theory surrounding TPUSA lately. And online speculation has now created this huge narrative that Erika and Tyler may have known each other long before she officially entered Charlie's life. One viral comment said, "It always has something to do with Tyler Bowyer. They act like he and Erika didn't know each other before she met Charlie. I believe he set her up with Charlie and gave her all the answers for her to pretend her way into his life." Now, obviously that's pure online speculation, but people are running with it because the theories around Erika have gotten absolutely insane lately. Some people genuinely believe she was strategically placed around Charlie from the beginning.
Because I don't know much about the story of how Tyler met Charlie Kirk, and I now desperately wish that I remember I could remember what Charlie told me about that. How did they get linked up? And I felt that me asking Erika that question, she might be able to provide a lot of insights to who Tyler Bowyer was during the time he was with Charlie Kirk, why, maybe even before he was with Charlie Kirk, and why he got involved with Charlie Kirk. And of course, as we know, Erika knew Tyler for years before her and Charlie began dating.
And now Candace's audience is basically treating this entire situation like some giant political conspiracy movie. Because according to these theories, once Charlie allegedly started becoming suspicious and wanted the Doge audit, he suddenly became a problem for the very people around him, which creates another uncomfortable question people keep asking online. If Charlie really did suspect financial problems involving people close to Erika, what exactly was he planning to do about it? Because according to Candace's theory, Charlie allegedly wanted to quietly solve the issue through audits, instead of causing a public scandal involving his wife and her family. But then after his death, people noticed the whole Doge audit conversation basically disappeared overnight. And that's another reason the internet keeps spiraling. Because critics are saying, if accountability was truly important, why completely abandon the audit idea afterward? Now again, supporters of Erika see this very differently. They think Candace is weaponizing grief and chaos because she's angry she no longer has influence inside the organization. Another comment said, "Nothing Candace has ever released, not once, not ever, has been a bombshell. Absolutely anyone with any amount of logic or critical thinking skills knows that at this point." So clearly, people are very divided right now. One side sees Candace as exposing corruption nobody else is willing to touch. The other side sees her as spiraling publicly while throwing increasingly extreme accusations at grieving people. But if we're being honest here, the AI voice allegations are what really pushed this entire story into another level. Because recently, Candace started talking about what she called Charlie GPT. And yes, people online completely lost it after hearing that. According to Candace, an insider allegedly told her that AI-generated voice technology may have already been used internally to mimic Charlie's voice in organizational content and donor materials, which then led people to question whether the viral audio clip supposedly naming Erika as successor was even real at all.
But we have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
And truly, that theory terrified people online. Because think about how dangerous that would actually be if true. If organizations can generate fake leadership audio using AI to influence donors, supporters, or succession narratives, then suddenly nobody knows what's real anymore. But again, and this is important, Candace still hasn't publicly shown direct proof confirming the audio was fake. And that's why the entire internet feels stuck in this giant he said she said war right now. TPUSA says everything is fine. Erika says she's trying to honor Charlie's legacy. Candace says corruption is being hidden. And meanwhile, supporters online are trying to figure out who's actually telling the truth. But honestly, regardless of who ends up being right, this whole situation is already damaging the movement badly. publicly, because people donating money or supporting causes do not want to hear conversations about missing millions, fake AI voices, leadership cover-ups, and internal betrayal. And if these allegations end up false, then people are going to accuse Candace of intentionally trying to destroy Charlie's legacy publicly. But I really want to know what you guys think about all this, because this situation has completely split people online. Do you think Candace Owens is exposing something real happening behind the scenes at TPUSA? Or do you think these accusations are going way too far without actual evidence? And also, do y'all think the missing money, Doge audit, and AI voice theories are connected somehow? Or has the internet just completely entered conspiracy mode at this point? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, because honestly, this whole thing feels far from over.